I said this to my wife the other day, that I have this feeling that we're in the time before, that we've been doing this for a long time. We've been drinking the Kool-Aid. Some people believed it, some people didn't. I'm absolutely feeling a turning of the corner such that everyone's in. They're in on some sort of continuum, but they get that even if most of the promises turn out to be false, this has the potential to really change so much, not just about work and the way that we do things, but about society and the world, and et cetera. And you can think back to other times in history where these sort of purgatory periods. And I think that we're in one of those. And in 10 years, when we are grayer and older, we're going to look at this particular period as the time before. And I'm wrestling with that a little bit as far as what it means. Obviously, it has ramifications for our businesses and everyone's businesses. But I had this anecdote yesterday in a workforce special interest group that I run in Utah, and a woman had brought up a friend of hers that's a paralegal at a major enterprise-based company that I won't name. And this company is leaning hard into AI and AI implementation to a degree that's pretty impressive, to be honest. And the paralegal made the observation that her job, all of the minutia of her job is now pretty much gone away. All of the filing and the little pain points. And these are the things that we tell everybody. Hey, you can get rid of pain. You don't need to do those stupid things.
Start with the stuff you hate to do.
Yeah, start with the stuff you hate to do. Yeah. Okay. But the observation was, now with all of the minutia gone, every iota of her day is spent on high impact, high meaningful, kind of stressful work. So she's in stress mode all day because, usually there'd be recovery. There might be some drama that's going on with a contract.
Moving data in Excel sheet cells, basically.
Yeah. But that's almost
it's
a reset.
Low stress. It's low stress. It's just kind of staring at the computer, moving stuff around.
But what happens to us if all of our time is then spent in like alpha mode, full-on decision mode? As entrepreneurs, that's sort of where you live most of the time. But I don't think that a lot of people are particularly prepared for that. And I don't.
Your mortals don't really deal with that so well. Well, you're not the first person I've heard bring this up. I've heard this a couple times now, and I think that there's really something there, and I think it's part of that evolution of how everybody begins to reconcile with all this, right? On one side you have, my goodness, are there even going to be paralegals? My job is going to go away. And I think what you witnessed, and so many other people are experiencing, is that that's not really the case very often, and you are going to be doing much more high impact work that could also be just a much greater demand on your energy, on your focus, on every aspect of your day. Like, you might just really come home feeling completely beat up because you didn't have those downtimes of just the minutia that you're used to, that you can kind of do in your sleep, in between the really like big decision making or stressful calls, or what some people just might call their zone of genius, right? Where you're kind of putting everything into a certain amount of time. So I think it's just one of the adjustments everybody's going to have to learn to deal with as we figure this out. And yeah, to your point about this being one of those before times, and we're going to look back in 10 years and be like, oh, wow, do you remember that when we were trying to figure all this stuff out? And here we are.